Hey guys, it's Mad Rabbit back in Medieval Minecraft Adventures. Um, yeah, as you see here, I shot a bunch of footage, and basically I figured we'll make this a talky episode where I'm sort of talking over the footage, seeing as how I really couldn't put this together in a relatively quick amount of time. This was sort of shot over many hours. That's sort of what I've been doing, just working on the base, which is where in our new area. Um, Kind of not too far from the skeleton spawner that I mentioned previously. So you see here, I'm making a tower first with a big spiral staircase, mainly to go up and reach the base, which is going to be floating, at least when I do actually start building it. It's going to be floating up there. Whether or not I keep this mountain that it's sort of being built into the side of, I don't know. I'm most likely going to little by little remove things. Maybe we'll just have a standalone castle when it's all said and done, but I don't really plan on making it a castle right now. Right now it's just going to be like a big, huge thing, bunch of rooms on it, big square, boring thing. Not too much in the way of design or thought put into it other than just it serves a functional purpose, you know? And it's sort of what it'll end up being in the end. Um, I had shot a little footage earlier that I'm not going to show of me building the road between here and there. That took quite a few hours too, which is why I haven't seen really hardly any episodes in Minecraft for about a week now. Mainly because this is taking so very long to do. Um, yeah, I do plan on going back to the creation series at some point, but I really need a break from it. I sort of made a comment on there about it. Um, in the last episode, I am going to take a short break from that series. Just getting a little burned out in general from it. I need to be inspired, and right now I'm just not feeling it. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean no, it's not going away. But so don't get too worried about it. It's just for right now, I'm just taking a short break. Mainly at nights now. I've been really watching a lot of movies with my father. We picked up like maybe seven more James Bond movies. Some of the older ones that I didn't have. I've got quite an extensive DVD collection, and I basically had all the Sean Connery ones already. So basically, we were buying the few that we were missing of, from the different eras, Roger Moore and all that. We live in a really sad generation right now. I just saw the preview recently of Skyfall, which is the next James Bond movie. Well, I should say it's the next movie. It's supposedly James Bond, and it's really sad, really, that we're calling this James Bond now. I mean, it's not James Bond anymore. It's you basically you're copying Jason Bourne, okay, the Bourne Identity, and I like those movies. Yes, I like the Bourne Identity movies. It's just that it's not James Bond anymore. Now, everyone knows, anyone in their right mind knows, Sean Connery is kind of the quintessential James Bond. And so when you were to make any future sequels, it sort of has to follow that pattern of, the wit and the wisdom of James Bond. You know what I mean? Kind of this got to be something there that's similar to the pace that was set by Sean Connery. And so over the years, they've been drifting a little bit from that in each new person they've added, which is sort of why I don't have a very high opinion of Daniel Craig's performance in it. So I know it says nothing to do with Minecraft, but I feel like what would I say over this footage really? Other than look, I just laid a block down, and there's another block, and I'm making my base. So you get to watch me make a base while I'm talking about James Bond because I happen to be watching a lot of James Bond movies lately, and taking time off from, you know, really doing shooting episodes. I've shot a lot of episodes, a lot of footage for Diablo 3, but I am stuck. Yes, I am very stuck at this point, and I will address that in a very near episode future. Blah 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 that. So very near episode future. That doesn't even make any freaking sense, man. Jeez. All right. I'm not even concentrating because this whole Daniel Craig thing, Skyfall, that isn't even a James Bond movie. I don't care if you call it go around saying you're James Bond. If you're not gonna order a vodka martini shaken not stirred, you're gonna order a Heineken instead. The people in the movie studio are harking on this, saying this is great, this is wonderful, and how can it be James Bond if it's not a vodka martini shaken not stirred, and you're ordering a frickin' Heineken? Okay, James Bond is a high class kind of society guy. You just don't do that. Okay, all right. I just don't do that. And you don't call yourself James Bond either. All right, Daniel Craig. You're going around you go into these. You just go in and you brutalize people. Okay, Daniel Craig. You're not James Bond. I know these guys. There's violence in all the previous movies, and they go in and beat the crap out of people. Yeah, I have no problem with that. But the thing is, your level of violence is basically just it's explosive kind of violence that you see. It's the same pattern that you're seeing in the Jason Bourne movies. Okay, so if you guys I know you guys ran out of book material. There's no more Ian Fleming books that you can make movies out of. I know past maybe 5 or 6 have been basically rehashes and stuff like that. So you're running out of ideas. So I'm telling you right now, if you, all you have to do is follow the same formula that you set the pace for back during the Sean Connery and even the Roger Moore ones. Okay, that's what you got to do. No, this Skyfall crap. The what was it? Quantum of Solace was the previous one, and I forget the other one. Casino Royale, same thing. Okay, Casino Royale. Okay, they had a book based on that, and they had other previous movies. But again, it was sort of going along those lines. Okay, I mean, just having James Bond being tortured like he was in Casino Royale. I think it was Casino Royale that he was being tortured. Is that the one? I'm forgetting now. I'm gonna have to rewatch these movies now because I'm just so upset by this. Okay, and then I watched the Avengers. I actually went to the movie theater. I was pleasantly surprised to see that was actually a decent movie, mainly because Iron Man 2 was so terrible. I mean, and if you think Iron Man 2 is a good movie, there's something wrong with you because the thing is, it had all this sitcom level like horrible witty commentary back and forth between Tony Stark and that Pepper Potts character. I mean, that was horrible. I could not stand that freaking movie at all. It was horrible. But I bought it anyway just because it's an Avengers related comic book related movie, so I own that movie. But it's one of those things that you'll never watch. Why do they have to bastardize and just horribly ruin these characters in Hollywood? Hollywood stinks. I think it's the point of this episode of Minecraft that Hollywood stinks. That I really am upset by it. So I'm just about out of footage. I know this has just been really like one of the most riveting episodes. I can talk about any topic, anywhere, anytime, and so if you have ideas for topics, let me know. I will address them because that's the kind of guy I am. All right, and I could shoot footage like this all day of me just breaking blocks, but what's the point of commentating over them unless it's going to be something interesting? So this is Mad Rabbit. I hope you enjoyed this episode. See you soon. Adios.